CEO of Dormot Technologies. Dormot Technologies is a company that is um, um, invested in creating solutions in the real estate space. Our product is called Dormot Core, which is a property management solution. And I'll just give you a bit of a background about why myself and my co-founder, Ayomide, decided to do this. So I'm based in the United Kingdom. My parents will own real estate in Nigeria. And my mom is 87 and she can't handle her properties anymore. So I was looking for a solution on how to be able to manage the properties that we have back home, have visibility of what our tenants and everything out there. And maybe tenants can actually make payments. And I just couldn't find anything. I'm being based here. I have solutions for paying my mortgage, rental, everything is a complete digital solution. I have with my landlords and everything that any person I work with. But back home, I just didn't have any of that. And I decided my background is in software development. I've been working in software development and software project management for 15 years. So I decided to build one. I'm building one. I met Ayomide as well. I showed him the proof of concept, and he was working for Knight Frank as a property manager and Knight Frank Lagos. And so this is something that we both knew that there was a huge problem in the industry, and we needed to fix it. So let me start my presentation. So the reality of property management in across Africa is that there's pretty much a lack of trust. So you have property management companies who are managing millions of dollars in terms of rent and service charges, and they're also doing this manually. Still using WhatsApp and manual receipts. So, like one of our clients, for example, they have over 500 units on our platform. And when we were onboarding them, it was simply a situation where they had cabinet shelves in their and every single tenant had to be it was in a filing system. I'm like, this is 2025. We cannot be handling properties like this and tenant information. Service requests get lost in chats. Property managers are having direct communication with tenants in terms of service requests and any kind of issues. There's no oversight for the organization in terms of what are the property managers doing? What's the tenant satisfaction like? What's going on? And there's no shared visibility between finance, maintenance, and tenants. There's no audit trail as well. So for example, and there's no audit trail and there's high turnover rate, there's like over 33% turnover rate for property managers. And it's because it's a very, very, very stressful job. It's a situation where, for example, if a property manager that might be handing over 50 units for a company, if that person leaves, then you onboard a new property manager, that person can take up to 3 months to get up to speed. So that is a huge loss of time and finances in terms of for a company. So that is for the property manager, but then we have industrial barriers as a whole. So in terms of managers, I mentioned relying on spreadsheets, tenants now bypass processes. So because of there's also a lack of trust. There's also a huge amount of fraud that happens. Manual rent collections. There's loads of cases where someone wants to pay their rent and their managers or someone just gives them a bank account and it's a situation where they make that payment and then they have lost their money because the person now will just flee with that money. As I mentioned, when a PM leaves, knowledge is basically gone. There's no way of knowing, for example, all right, the property manager is gone. What was the communication we're having like with the tenants previously? And we don't have that level of and due diligence. For someone like me that is living abroad, I know a lot of Nigerians and Africans who want to invest and buy property back home, but then we have to physically go there to look at it. We are scared. We don't know if this company, all the things are legit. There are so many stories that are happening in the news right now of fraud that is going on. So because we don't have payment railways for us to make these payments, have a dashboard that we can actually see our investments and the properties that we own. It's a situation where we just said, let's not even bother at the end of the day. So the industry as a whole is right now in chaos. Right now, the value of real estate in Africa is pretty much around 17.6 trillion and is growing rapidly. In fact, it's among all the continents, Africa's real estate, besides China and India is the fastest growing in the entire world. And by 2030, the expectation is that we're going to cross over 22 trillion. There's a huge housing deficit in Africa. There's a huge amount of, and if everybody that lives in Nigeria, you understand every street you go to, every area you go to, you're seeing massive estates being built, all of these things being built. And how are we being able to manage it is becoming a huge organizational chaos for the industry. So let me show you a quick video of Dormot with our solution, and then I'll go into a live presentation of the application. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Dormot Core is transforming how Africa manages properties by bringing the intelligence, automation, and trust global firms rely on. Every manager begins the day with clarity, payments, service requests, inspections, and communication in one platform. Domot's AI Priority Manager doesn't wait for problems. It flags the risks, prioritizes what matters, and helps teams act faster. From rent to renewals, Domot gives property management companies and their teams the tools to automate every workflow. Got a high amount of people visiting your estate in a day? You could suggest ramping up security to handle the flow. Domot connects you to your landlords, managers, residents, and security in one trusted digital ecosystem. We are not here to imitate global systems. We are here to build the benchmark for Africa and the world to follow. So let me show you the application. Now, how Dormot operates is that we onboard your company first. We gather your data, we make sure that you're a properly registered company. And one of the things is that Dormot is also registered, we're a UK registered company. We have a subsidiary in Nigeria. And in terms of payments, we have both Paystack and Flutterwave. So we're able to serve 24 African countries right now. We are currently in Nigeria, and our application has full Francophone support. We already have a client that we're serving in Cameroon at the moment. And we've just signed an agreement with another real estate company in Ghana, and we're doing demos with companies in South Africa. And we also understand some of the issues that you're having in terms of payments, and we're always working towards ensuring that. So what we do is we add your company, and when you have a company, we build it like Slack or Microsoft Teams, where you have multiple hubs. You can have hubs. So a hub is pretty much like your base of operations, and you can have like your company might be operating in 3 locations. You might have one hub for one of your locations, have another hub for your location as well, and basically you can operate all of that. So let me just give you a demo of what a hub could potentially look like. So let me launch Lagos operations. And this is going to be your dashboard as a senior property manager. Now, there's another higher level, the CEO. The CEO doesn't really want to log in, or CEO or CTO, they don't really want to log in and see the operations that are going in. They just want reporting, finding out how their employees, how many times they were logging in a day, how many people are paying via offline or online payments. So that's what they do. But this is pretty much the SPM and is the most used part of the application. So here is pretty much your command center. You can view your recent invoices. You can see your payments. We have SMS and WhatsApp usage as well with emails. You can see all of that. We track service requests, how fast you are in terms of responding to service requests and resolving service requests. We give you that data in terms of your team as well, how fast they actually respond to client issues, and then occupancy rate, property type breakdown messages. And one of the things we also have that I mentioned is the AI Priority Manager. So the AI Priority Manager has access to everything in your hub, and it will alert you to any risks or any issues that you may have, any your tasks for today. So it's like you log in today in the morning and it tells you, all right, this is what you're supposed to do. So these are your tasks, and this is pretty much your priority manager. It's always here at all times. And if you want to, you can view all items. Just click on it. It takes you to the priority manager page, shows you everything that you need to do, like a lease is expiring. There's a payment that you need to follow up. For example, there's a service request busted pipe. You can go there, click on it, view the details. You can see the issues as well regarding the busted pipe. You can be having conversations between yourself and your tenant, your tenants or the homeowner. And if you want to, you can actually from here schedule a technician and schedule a technician, and the tenant will also get that information that a technician has been scheduled. If you have visitor access control, for example, you'll be able to have information regarding your estate or your gated community. It gives you great insights. For example, you might have high booking alert for this weekend. It will tell you expected 400 visitors. You should maybe think about ramping up your security. You can now add manage guests, manage gates. If you have multiple gates, for example, and entrances, you can actually do that from here. But the main aspect is also regarding your invoices. From here, you can view all your payments, your invoices. We've created a recurring payment system. We have created our own way of making recurring payments for rent, service charge. We can also do sales on the platform. If you want to do sales and you want to do something like sell a property, and one of the things we are very, very good at giving information. So we always have tooltips everywhere of how you can do anything you want. But for example, you want to sell a property, you can, the system knows all your properties that you have right there. You say you want to sell a property for 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say 20 million. You want to, for example, make the person pay a deposit as well. So you can say, all right, I want the person to make a deposit of 30 million. Says, all right, okay. And then you now say the outstanding, so oh, that's say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you want to, the person says, you know what, I want to pay installmentally. You can say, fine, convert the rest to installmental payments, annually, semi-monthly, and it will just automatically create all the invoices for the person to be paying during that period. So you can use the system for sales invoices. You can also create like rental invoices if you want to. And the thing with rental invoices, we have a great lease management section in our on our application. So it always knows as well if anyone is staying in any of the properties, it will be able to give you the information, shows that make sure that you cannot have duplicate rent invoices as well. And one of the great things is that with our platform is that it's a situation since we have all this data, we'll always give you all the reports as well. You can view all your properties. It gives you all the data regarding all your properties. You can view any of your properties. We give you a visual representation. If there's no image, this is what you see. If you have images as well, you can have a visual representation of your images. It will show you who the resident is. You can go to the residence page, view their profile and all their leases as well. You can schedule service requests. We have performance metrics for your entire organization. You can see your entire team, how great they are in terms of all of these things. So our system, we have so many features. Our demos usually last like 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm trying to just run through some of the applications in here. So you can add landlords as well. You can send them income statements, rent schedules as well through the platform. And then with your employees as well, one of the things that we have with your employees is that with your employees, you can pretty much one thing with the employees is that you assign properties to your property managers. You can assign to your property managers. So like this property manager, Caleb Byrne, is handling all these properties. And when he logs in, he doesn't see the company's financial statements. He only sees the properties that he manages. And if Caleb Byrne resigns, all you just simply do is reassign the properties. That's it to any of your property managers. And all the messaging history, messages that has had with any of the tenants, rent schedules he sent, communication, everything transfers regarding that property to the new property manager. So a property manager spends pretty much like a day just getting up to speed of what the last property manager was doing. We also have a tenant dashboard, so I won't even go into the tenant dashboard, but when you, for your hub, you can onboard your tenants as well, add them onto the platform and all of that. Yeah, that's a very, very, very quick overview of our platform. Right now, we have over 700 managed units on the platform. Right now we are approaching $4,000 in revenue. We launched in July this year, June this year, and our first year we should be approaching around $4,000 in revenue. We are just going in, we are going into final stage agreements with with Blue Ocean City in Asaba Delta State. It's over 300 hectares. of land, and they are going to be signing up as a technological partner with them. And right now, we're conducting demos with with potential clients in South Africa, Uganda, and some in Ghana. So we've just really started our marketing to go across Africa. We started just pretty much like 3 weeks ago, and we already have like 9 or 10 demos launched. So at the moment, so our promise: one platform, one source of truth, from rent collections to inspections, from risk management to visitor access. Dormot gives every estate, developer, and property company the tools that global firms use. This is what we have done. We have benchmarked Dormot against international competitors, and this is pretty much what we know that is going to move the industry and bring trust and transparency into our system. The numbers as well. From the time we launched in June, we have been using our current clients to actually make sure we're attaining product market fit. We have seen faster staff onboarding, 90% faster staff onboarding, 50% reduction in admin costs. Um, for people in diaspora, it's 100%. We've seen transparency increase. So one of the Cameroonian clients right now, one of the parent company is Jobomax, which is an American company that builds real estate in Africa. And right now, they have been so impressed with what they have. We are going into a full partnership with Jobomax, operating like four countries very soon, and then 10 times faster issue resolution as well because of service requests. No one is hiding behind WhatsApp. Whatever is on the platform, everybody sees it. If a tenant is not happy, they escalate it, and the entire organization now knows that they're not happy with what is going on. And we are built for Africa. We are designed to scale. We have end-to-end automation and insights accessible everywhere for managers, landlords, and residents. And that is everything we have. So our business model finally is we have a progressive pricing model. We have a one-time onboarding fee. And then what we do have is for the first 100 units, we charge you 1,500 naira per unit. Then when you go above 100 to 499, we charge you 1,125, and then above 500, goes up to 750 naira a unit. If you add guest pass and you add landlord management portal, the price pretty much doubles. On our website, domo.io, we have an interactive calculator. We're also in Francophone African countries, so we have CEFA as well. So you can go there, add the amount of units, properties you have in there, and it will basically tell you, all right, plan C, this is your price, this is how much you're going to spend every month. And we also take 0.2% for every transaction, online or offline. All our invoices for payment reconciliation is on the platform. And you can include guest pass and landlord portal, and it will tell you what your prices are and everything. So we're fully transparent in terms of pricing. You know what you're getting from the get-go. And
Thank you,
that's
Dormot. Dormot, we're
pretty
gonna.
much it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eldred. That was a useful presentation. Thank you, Eldred. Thank you, Ola, for the beautiful presentations you've had so far. So